Welcome to Week 8 of our course. This week we'll be discussing quality control and quality assurance. When you think about companies, whether it's from Apple to Zenith, quality is an important concept. But what do we really mean by quality control and quality assurance? To ensure and control quality, the FDA has adopted the concepts of quality by design to improve product quality and to promote this approach as part of the ICH documents. The ICH has produced comprehensive guidelines related to product development, risk management, and quality systems, both quality control and quality assurance. However, there are two significant challenges. Companies and their personnel do not always do what they claim or say, as evidenced by the large number of warning letters issued by the FDA. And two, the models of quality by design do not always lend themselves to the complexity of manufacturing biologics. This slide shows an example of the warning letters for violations of good manufacturing practices that were issued in the last 2 weeks of September for this year. In order to improve quality within the pharmaceutical industry, in 2002, the FDA identified a series of ongoing problems in pharmaceutical manufacturing. There was the high cost of good manufacturing practice and regulatory compliance. As a result, there was poor encouragement for innovation and efficiency. This also resulted in a lack of agility because of long cycle times and the challenges for scale-ups and new production sites. Their desired state was ultimately maximally efficient, agile, flexible pharmaceutical manufacturing sector that reliably produces high-quality drug products without extensive regulatory oversight. To achieve this objective, the FDA has created a number of quality initiatives. These include current good manufacturing practices. These include risk-based, which is defined in the ICH Q9, and quality systems, discussed in the ICH Q10. There's also quality by design, which we've previously discussed. This is found in the ICH Q8. This is the systematic approach to development that begins with predefined objectives and emphasizes product and process understanding and process control based on sound science and quality risk management. And finally, the process analytical technologies, which involves the understanding of material attributes, making at or on-line measurements, and defining the impact of process parameters. The materials to be covered this week involve the concept of quality management. Quality management consists of quality assurance, good manufacturing practices, and quality control. Quality must be designed into a product, not simply as an add-on, and that begins with the R&D process. The product quality criteria must be established, and this entails a detailed specification providing the quantitative parameters for measurement, the written procedures documenting how quality is attained and maintained, and continuous monitoring to confirm quality is being built into that product. Some of the important definitions that you'll find in the materials for this week are quality, that is the totality of features and characteristics of a product and its ability to satisfy the stated or the implied needs. Quality assurance, that is the composite of the organized arrangements made with the objective of ensuring that the products are of the quality required for their intended use. Good manufacturing practice, that portion of the quality assurance that ensures that products are consistently produced and controlled to the quality standard appropriate for their intended use. And quality control, that part of the good manufacturing process concerned with sampling, specifications, and testing. The primary goal of quality is to ensure purity. One of the critical issues that many new biotech companies lose sight of is maintaining quality. Startups tend to develop science first and then shift later to focus on quality. However, both need to be incorporated in parallel to have less problems later. In general, in large pharma, the role of quality assurance tends to be much better established. Quality management is comprised of three interrelated topics. First, quality assurance, good manufacturing practices, and quality control. Quality assurance. Quality assurance is a process, not an endpoint. It is a wide-ranging concept that covers all matters that individually or collectively influence product quality. It is the totality of management arrangements that ensures that the product has the appropriate quality for the intended use. So it's important to remember that quality assurance is the sum of those processes involved in quality control and good manufacturing practices. The primary functions associated with quality assurance include quality control, those analytical testings of products, active and non-active material control, including sampling, inspecting and testing of incoming raw materials, packaging and labeling components, whether it's bottles, caps, foils, labels, measures, and cartons, the physical inspection of products and operations at critical intermediate steps, and the control of the product from beginning and through its distribution. The basic requirements for quality assurance are to ensure that products are designed and developed based on sound scientific rationale with good manufacturing practice or good laboratory practice principles being used, to ensure that production and control operations are clearly specified and good manufacturing practices are adopted, to organize supply and use of correct starting and packaging materials, to ensure that finished products are correctly processed and validated before their release, to ensure that products are not released until after that review, to provide the appropriate arrangements to ensure products are stored, distributed, and handled properly, and to put into place a mechanism for regular self-inspection and internal quality audits. Certain routine functions are essential for quality assurance. Product knowledge. It's essential to understand the product, the process used to develop it, the support infrastructure, the product use and its target population, the product defined by the system established to assure its consistency. One has to understand and monitor raw materials, defining and monitoring sources of variability within the production pathway, to evaluate product release, product specifications, and the methods used to validate the product. As we stated, quality assurance is a process, not an endpoint. So whether it is the research phase, the development phase, the raw materials, the facilities, the documentation, or the equipment, quality assurance is essential at all stages. Good manufacturing practice. What is good manufacturing practice? Well, GMP is a comprehensive system for ensuring products are consistently produced and controlled according to quality standards. GMP must be built into the manufacturing process. It is designed to minimize risks and variability involved in all pharmaceutical production that cannot be eliminated through testing of final products alone. And the goal is to prevent errors that cannot be eliminated through quality control of. Good manufacturing practice is an integral part of quality assurance. It ensures that products are consistently produced and controlled to the quality standards appropriate for their intended use. GMP assures that quality is built into the organization and processes involved in manufacturing. It covers all aspects of manufacturing, including collection, transportation, processing, storage, quality control, and delivery of the finished product. All manufacturing processes must be clearly and systematically reviewed. This allows you to minimize risk, including cross-contamination and product mix-ups. GMP ensures that all materials are traceable to the original source. And this is essential because in-product testing is not the most reliable way to assure product quality. So it is essential to build quality into the product. This is what we previously named as quality by design. Production and quality control functions should be independent of each other. Good manufacturing practices covers all aspects of production, including the raw or starting materials, the finished products, the facilities and environment, equipment, as well as personnel, and that can involve their training and hygiene. As required by the Good Manufacturing Practice, all manufacturing processes must be clearly defined, systematically reviewed, and shown to be capable of consistently manufacturing products of the required quality and complying with the defined specifications. Critical steps in the process or any significant changes in the process must be validated. The ultimate rationale for good manufacturing practices are a poor quality product may contain toxic substances which have been added unintentionally, or a product which contains little or none of the claimed ingredient will not have the intended therapeutic effect. Manufacturing practices require that facilities provide adequate, qualified, and well-trained personnel, a suitable premises and sufficient space, a suitable location, good personal hygiene and proper sanitation, and suitable equipment and services. Good manufacturing practices are similar to good laboratory practices, but GMP is a set of principles for ensuring the quality and safety of manufactured products that are to be used in healthcare, such as therapeutic drugs and diagnostic and medical devices. Good laboratory practices and good manufacturing practices are required when the health or environmental effects of the product are important. As a result, these are costly and results in a more expensive product. Often, biotech companies follow the ISO 9001 standards, which approximate the good laboratory practice standards. Other mechanisms by which industry ensures the quality of its products are good laboratory practice, which we just mentioned, or GLP. Government organizations may require the preclinical trials and products be produced under certain standards. GLP is a quality system used for non-clinical health and environmental safety studies. Basic principles for good laboratory practice are the basis for sound lab work and require a quality assurance program to be in place. It is used to develop test data on the properties and safety of chemicals, biological molecules, and organisms so that they can be relied upon. Then, standard operating procedures, or SOPs. This is a single way to perform a common task or process. For example, the task may be a laboratory procedure or method used to calibrate a specific piece of equipment. So what are the requirements for good laboratory practices? First, the responsibilities of all individuals involved in the study, from management to laboratory technicians, need to be stated, and the qualifications and training required for personnel to conduct the study need to be recorded. Standard operating procedures are required to state how samples, materials, and controls will be received, labeled, and stored, how any apparatus or equipment will be maintained and calibrated, and how computer systems will be validated. A detailed plan needs to be written prior to the start of the study, outlining the purpose of the study, detailed test methods, and how results will be reported. Laboratory notebooks are an integral part of how results are reported. The results and data generated by the study need to be properly stored and archived in case follow-up experiments are required. The last topic is quality control. Quality control is part of the good manufacturing practices. Quality control is a testing function concerned with sampling, activity, and specificity, defining a product based on fitness for its intended use. Every manufacturer should have a quality control department that is independent from production and other components, that is headed by an appropriately qualified and experienced individual, and ensures that the necessary and relevant tests are actually performed. Quality control ensures that no materials or products are released for sale or supply until their quality has been evaluated and judged to be satisfactory. The basic requirements for quality control are adequate facilities, trained personnel, and approved procedures should be available for sampling, inspecting and testing, and where appropriate, environmental monitoring. Sampling by quality control personnel and testing by approved methods. Maintenance of quality control records and failure investigation records. Assurance of ingredients complying with regulatory specifications. Review and evaluation of production documentation. Assessment of process deviations. Release of batches by authorized personnel only. And sufficient reference samples of starting materials and finished products. So as a summary, the differences between quality assurance and quality control. By definition, quality assurance is a set of activities for ensuring quality in the processes by which products are developed. In contrast, quality control is a set of activities for ensuring quality in products. The activities focus on identifying defects in the actual products produced. Quality assurance focuses on the prevention of defects with a focus on the process used to make the product. It is a proactive quality process, whereas quality control aims to identify and ultimately correct defects in the finished product. Quality control is therefore a reactive process. Quality assurance is the prevention of quality problems through planned and systematic activities, including documentation, whereas quality control are activities or techniques used to achieve and maintain the product quality, process, and service. The goal of quality assurance is to improve development and test processes so that defects do not arise when the product is being developed. In contrast, the goal of quality control is to identify defects after a product is developed and before it is released. So quality assurance is a managerial tool, whereas quality control is a corrective tool. And quality assurance is process-oriented, and quality control is product-oriented. Or more simply put, quality control is focused on the product, whereas quality assurance is focused on the process. Quality control is reactive, quality assurance is proactive. Quality control is a line function. Quality assurance is a staff function. Quality control finds defects, whereas quality assurance prevents defects. So the take-home message is that quality control is implemented to detect and correct problems when they occur. Quality assurance is implemented to prevent problems from occurring.